I'm an addict for sneakers.
New York Sports and Rhymes blend sports and rap together through short features, interviews, and 20-minute podcasts. Staying in my lane, writing and talking about what I know best, allows me to pave my own lane as the voice box behind sports and hip-hop.
Inhale deep like the words of my breath. I never sleep, cause sleep is the cousin of death. I lay puzzle as I backtrack to earlier times. Nothing's equivalent to the New York state of mind. State of mind. Your state of mind. Your state of mind.
This is Greg Landorf. I've got a special guest, my father, Andrew Landorf, in the building.
Hello there.
This is the lightning round on what's going down in New York town. Sports. First to the court where the players wear shorts. KD or not KD? That is the question.
You are a regular Shakespeare, my son. I would have said yes until he got hurt. Then I was wondering, and now that he got re-hurt and he's likely to sit out all of next season, I mean, haven't we gone through this with KP already? I mean, I say not KD.
I say yay to KD. Even if he's out for a season, it allows you to be an attractive destination for another superstar, and it also allows you to stick to your plan, allows the Knicks to stick to their plan of remaining young, building, and then you're adding the best player in basketball to this roster.
So however much money that is per year, is it $30 million a year, to have him sit, when I'm watching the NBA finals now and I'm seeing guys like Fred Van Vliet and Siakam and all these mid-level stars, maybe you could use that to get a lot of good players instead of parking it on the bench with somebody who, when he gets better, is now going to be 32 years old and towards the end of his career, certainly not in the middle anymore.
Yes, to counter that point, Siakam and Van Fleet, there's a reason you hadn't heard of them before this year. It's because DeMar DeRozan was not a superstar. It took them getting Kawhi Leonard, a bona fide superstar, for these role players to really play a point. So role players can do so much. However, it's superstars that take you over the top.
Okay, another point. I think one of the attractions of Kyrie Irving was that they thought Kevin Durant would come with him. Now, if Kevin Durant being injured is no longer in the Knicks' plans, let's just say they take my side on that, is it worth going for Kyrie Irving still?
I say no. I want to stay away from Kyrie. I think he is selfish. I just look at what happened in Boston this year. He did not make them better. However, he could flourish in the Garden. What do you say?
I'm with you. Like father, like son, no to Kyrie Irving. Pat Shurmur.
Well, I'll let you start with this one.
Okay. Are we allowed to curse on this show?
Yes.
Fuck Pat Shurmur. Coach of the Cleveland Browns. Ooh, what did he do there? What's he done here? And he's trying to motivate Eli Manning, who's won not one, but like 2 Super Bowls, who has a fantastic record in the playoffs, who's the best quarterback the Giants have ever known, who has a work ethic unlike anybody else's. He's trying to light a fire under him. He doesn't need to light a fire under him. Eli ought to fire him. That's what he ought to do. I mean, it's like, and then he had the gall to come out and say, I want to see which of these quarterbacks gives us the best chance to win. Are you kidding me? I mean, are you stupid?
Saying that he thought Geno Smith gave the Giants the best chance to win. That's why he played Geno Smith against the Oakland Raiders. That was the most...
Yeah, we saw what happened then to him.
Hellacious move I've seen. This, he said, what I've heard is that Shurmur said it's Eli's job, yet it's an open quarterback competition. So
why is he speaking in riddles? Well, how about saying Eli Manning's my starting quarterback on day one? If he, God forbid, gets hurt, or if he somehow proves ineffective in the middle of the season, then we'll reconsider. But right now, he's my starter, and Daniel Jones, rookie, is my backup.
Well, what's amazing, too, is you don't ask him to take a pay cut, but then you do this. You weren't sure that he was going to be your starter, and why would you not bring him back at a significantly reduced rate? How are you going to bring him back at $22 million and then question whether or not he's going to be the starter?
Yeah, and who's got a better idea of what it takes to win, Eli Manning or Pat Shurmur?
Okay, this is not to bash Shermer or not to bash Daniel Jones, who has done nothing wrong except play very good football, and he's brought excitement to OTAs. But Eli is in the best shape of his life right now, and he's playing extremely well. And there's a reason that Golden Tate signed with this team. It's not because they got Daniel Jones; it's because of Eli Manning.
That's great. It's a good point. But he doesn't need this external BS motivation let me light a fire under his butt.
Eli's had to overcome way more. He's had Eric Flowers protecting his blind side for 4 years.
He's too nice. He's too nice. You ought to have gotten in Ben McAdoo's face and said, I don't do an odd number drop back. I do an even step back up. That's the way I've won 2 Super Bowls.
Right. If Payne was in that situation, he would have had McAdoo fired before the season even started.
And by the way, Shermer, you're not even McAdoo. So
right, you haven't brought us to the playoffs.
So shut the hell up. You want to think he brings us a better chance to win? You start him. See how long you last.
I don't think that's what he meant from this, and I really do think that Shermer and Gettleman are all behind Eli. I don't really think
they got a funny way of showing it.
They do have a very funny way of showing it, except for paying him his full contract and bringing him back. And then Gettleman even saying, well, he's definitely going to be on the Pat Mahomes plan, or he could be on the Green Bay plan, which would mean more than 1 year of Eli. I think at the end of the day, with an offensive line, I'm very excited to see what Eli Manning does. I think he has a lot left in the tank, and he is done playing games. It's good for him to have this competition behind him, but he saw what happened to Kurt Warner, and that's not how Eli's going to go out.
As Mike Francesa said after the Giants took Daniel Jones with the number 6 pick overall, he said, okay, so what's your plan? You don't have a plan.
That's what he says, and that's bullshit. You have a plan. You need to build for the future, so you got your quarterback for the future, yet you have established your offensive line.
So say that. Say that Eli Manning's my starter, and Daniel Jones is my quarterback of the future.
I think
he's here to learn.
Saying it or not saying it, Eli is so past this that Eli focuses on himself and what he has control over, and he doesn't let the rest get to him, and he's more about getting in tune with his receivers, and for the first time he has all of his receivers practicing, not in Hollywood playing in the sand.
All right, now, quick, the Mets, okay? Now, before I get to, I want to do a little transition. When Mickey Callaway comes out to the mound and tells Jacob deGrom or Noah Syndergaard to take a seat when they know they've still got a lot left, what are you saying to yourself? You're saying that's crazy. Like, who is he? That's my point about Shermer. It's the same exact thing.
I think Shermer has a much better understanding of what he's doing than Mickey Callaway. Mickey Callaway looks
based
lost.
on his 5-11 record last year, or the 5-11 at Cleveland, or which one?
That's Cleveland.
Okay.
And the Giants could have been 8-8 last year. They were 5-11.
I am not impressed.
That's more than okay.
And
he hasn't done anything to.
And even with Gettleman, you think we got a plan?
Gettleman.
You think we got a plan?
I think the Giants 100% have a plan.
Okay. So let's re-sign this guy for $20 million.
Roster overhaul, complete roster overhaul in under 2 years.
Or let's give Odell $90 million and trade
him. Right, because Pat Shermer said after 8 weeks of the season, I cannot deal with this guy. He needs to go. He thought he gave him every single opportunity in the world, and Odell proved to be uncoachable, and the Giants are better off that they did part ways with him.
Which brings us to the Mets.
Right. I mean, talk about right. And this is one thing with the Giants that used to be the sign of the Giant way. The Giant way. It's who knows what the Giant way is anymore. Now, the Mets, they've always been dysfunctional. No one knows what the Mets way is. However, they are 1 game behind 500, 1 game underneath 500, and they've got an incredibly tough schedule coming up. The Mets are playing the Cardinals 4 games at Citi Field, the Bravos, the Cubs, the Phillies, and the Yanks. At the end of this stretch, will they be buyers or will they be sellers?
Yes. Oh,
clever.
A lot remains to be seen. But let me say, I like what they're doing. I don't like getting Robbie Cano. I don't like going for older players, but I like the Jed Lowry. He may never get in this year, as good as he was. But when I look at a team, I like the Gomez-Lagares combo in center.
Gomez is 33.
But I like that combo. He looks young and sprightly. I love Conforto. I think Nimmo's a good player. I like this J.D. Davis, Todd Frazier, the 2 catchers. of course, Alonzo and Dom Smith. I mean, this team has a lot going for it. Rosario, forgot him. Yeah, he's great. Danny Echeverria filling in, doing what I hoped Cano would be doing.
He's really doing what Larry was brought in to do.
Yeah.
He'll be that super utility. And if the Todd father keeps his back going strong, if Dom can cement himself in the 2 spot or the 3, and you could have Alonzo and Dom feeding off one another, and they could somehow put protection around Michael Conforto, the Met lineup is pretty scary top to bottom. The piece that brings everything together is Jeff McNeil. He just is incredible, and Ahmed Rosario is starting to show people why he was the number 1 ranked player in all of baseball in the minor leagues. The sky's the limit for him. This is all going to come down to starting pitching. Mickey Callaway, he knows not to interfere with his starters. He allowed Vargas to pitch his way out of trouble and to go 6 innings against the Yankees, which was a telling sign because he usually never lets him go the 3rd time through the order. He let him do that.
And a 4th.
Right. It seems like he has a good, he all of a sudden has his finger on the pulse. Familia is pitching very well as of late. So the bullpen is going to have to deliver. They're going to have to be used the right way, and the pitchers are going to have to pitch effectively.
And Philadelphia has weaknesses like the bullpen, right? I mean, Philadelphia is not Washington. A great team.
Philadelphia
nobody's going to run away with this thing. So I say we're going to be buyers. We're going to be in the race, and we're going to be buyers. As Woody Allen, I'm sorry.
What position do you
play? I play Twitter general manager.
No, you're not one of those.
That's a great thing. Unfortunately, I have to be off until we meet again. I'm saying, as Woody Allen once said about will we be buyers or sellers, he said, I feel very strongly both ways.
And on that note, we will wrap this up. Thank you, Andy, for coming through. I'll be back with you on the solo tip like hope. As always, having Big Papa out here is fresh like soap.
I love it when you call me Big Papa. Throw your hands in the air if you's a true player. I love it when you call me Big Papa. To the honeys getting money, playing niggas like dummies. I love it when you call me Big Papa. You got a gun up in your waist, please don't shoot up the place.